Welcome to Knitting in Switzerland. I'm Inke and I'm Dutch and living in central Switzerland with my family. And I love to knit. I love to have yarn around me. I love to organize things, events related to knitting and crochet and yarn. And I love to share you a little bit of my life here, my knitting life here in Switzerland. So welcome. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been making a video. And of course, there's several reasons why it takes a little longer one time than the other to make a video. But I have been knitting and I have finished one object for sure, and the other is like a half-finished object, I would say. And I wanted to show you and talk about them and talk about other things that are knitting and yarn related. So grab your cup, like I did, having my tea, morning tea, and grab your knitting. And I hope you enjoy this video with me. So let's start with what I'm wearing, because I sometimes forget to say that. Because I'm wearing, you can see, I'm wearing my Sophie Scarf. I don't think the Sophie Scarf needs any explanation. It's a little scarf that you can put twice around your neck, and it's designed by Petite Knit. And I just love them. It's like one skein project. If you're a fast knitter, you can do it maybe in 1-2 evenings. And it fits exactly around your neck. Well, you can wear it just like once and then with a knot. But especially with this weather, when it's a bit colder and I'm wearing something with an open neck, I love wearing it like double. And then, it really keeps your neck warm. I knitted this in Myak Cashmere blend, or cashmere, not a blend, I think it's 100% cashmere. So that was quite an expensive yarn, so that's why I only bought one ball, and with that one ball I could exactly make one scarf. And because you wear it like really on the skin, it's really nice. You really enjoy the cashmere there, and it's not itchy at all. I think everybody can have this on their skin. And it's really comfortable and I really like it. So that's what I'm wearing. Well, what have I finished? Well, before I show you what I finished, I show you what I finished if you heard a previous episode, just to remind you, or maybe you haven't seen that episode. But both of my children had their birthdays. I have 2 daughters. One turned 4 and the other turned 10 in the last 4 weeks. And for the first one, the little one, she turned 4. She asked me to make some bat socks, and her favorite colors are pink, red, and orange. Show you them here. They are being used every day, so you can see there's some dirt and everything. But she uses them every day. She sleeps with these. She has them in her bed. So these are her bat socks, and there's I used a pink main color. I think the pink was from Bien Aimee. And then all leftover small bits and pieces in different colors. Most of them were hand dyed by Sylvia from Verve, a Dutch indie dyer. And when then I gave these to my youngest daughter on her birthday, the oldest immediately said, "Oh, I want socks too, new bat socks. And I want the same pattern, but in my favorite colors." And her favorite colors are blue, turquoise, greenish blue. So I made her these. So that's my first finished object. It's one sock. Well, I made both of them, so 2 socks. Show you like that. So I used again the blue. The main color is a blue dyed by Sylvia from Verve. And then all these little bits and pieces are some hand dyeds, also from Sylvia from Verve, and some have a one color skeins, like not hand dyed, like this one and this one. These are from Scheepjes Metropolis. I had once somebody gave me this box with all the mini skeins from Metropolis from Scheepjes. You can then you have a box with 80 colors and only 10 grams, I think. And yeah, they're ideal. This is a sock yarn as well, so they're ideal to use in this kind of scrappy projects. I was not sure if I had enough of the main color, because I had 2.5 mini skein. It's only, let's say, 55 grams. And yeah, so I was not sure if that would be enough for everything. So I decided to, when I got it to the heel, I decided to use another contrast color for the heel, so that at least I would have enough main color to do the toe. So that's why the heel is now in a contrast color. And actually, so that's officially not the pattern, but I must say that I do like how it turned out. And in the end, of course, I did have enough of the main color, so I could have done the heels in the blue as well. But yeah, I didn't feel like playing yarn chicken, and it really felt bad, I think, if I knew that I had to do the toes like different. So I decided for doing the heels different. And well, both the kids are happy. So that's the main thing. For the little one, I made the size 1, and for the older daughter, this is the size 2. And it's better the size 2, I would say, because of the pattern, because of the slip stitches, the sock is not so elastic, and both my kids and I myself as well have a high instep, so then it's difficult to get this bit over your foot. So this, and especially because they're bed socks, it's actually also better if they're a bit loose fit. So the size 2 was better, even though her feet are also bigger, of course, but even for the little one, I should have made them a size 2, because this is pretty tight on her to get over her foot. And the length, yeah, you just adapt it to the size of the foot, the length of the foot. So here I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stripes before I started the foot. And for the little one, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stripes. So my oldest one has a size 38 shoe size, and the youngest one has a size 30. I knitted them both with needles 2.5, which are normally my go-to needles for socks. Okay, that for about socks. Let me see, what else do I have? What else have I been knitting on? Well, I've been knitting on again on my Festive Yoke sweater. This is a sweater that we knit together with my knitting group. I have a local knitting group here where we meet every 2 weeks. We're a group of, I don't know, 15, 20 ladies. And once in a while, somebody comes up with an idea and saying, hey, this is something I want to knit in the future. Would it be nice to knit it together, or are there more people that want to join? And yeah, so that's something we regularly do. And last year we knit the MCAL together. We also knit the Leto cardigan from Moonstruck Knits together. And now we are knitting the Festive Yoke sweater from Skeindeer Knits. It's meant to be a Christmas sweater, or let's say festive season sweater. Oh, wait, I have to check. Yeah. And we started in September. And the aim is to finish it before Christmas. But we were looking at our schedules, and we saw that we do have two more meetings. We have one more meeting tomorrow and one in 2 weeks. But then in 2 weeks, a lot of people can't be there. So we said, oh, we have to have our Festive Yoke sweaters photo shoot already tomorrow, so that we have as many people on the photo as possible who are from the group who are making the Festive Yoke. And then I was like, oh no, that's already like tomorrow. I cannot finish the thing. I don't have it finished by tomorrow, so I had to decide like to finish which part of it I wanted to finish so that at least I can wear it on the photo shoot. And last week I stopped somewhere like at the end of the body, but it was not completely finished, and I was working on an arm. So I decided, okay, let's finish at least the body. That's easier to to put on, and then if I'm still working on the arms, you can make a photo with the needles in the arms. That's not so bad. I'll go stand in the back. I'm tall anyway, so I'm always in the back of a photo. So then maybe you don't even see that I'm not wearing a finished sweater yet. But the body is done, and I'm going to show you. Here it is. So the Festive Yoke is a full color, is a colorwork sweater. You can decide either to only do colorwork in the yoke or do the full sweater. I decided to do colorwork in the full sweater. And the pattern is brilliant because it gives you all different figures where you can choose from. So you can choose your own order, like what you want to knit. So I here have a snowflake, I have a Christmas tree, then I have another snowflake, a reindeer, another snowflake, I have a snowman, I have hearts, and I have another deer there at the bottom. And it's just fun that you can put together your own pattern in that sense. And on the arms, I'm doing the same pattern. So you can see here, I'm now at the same level with this arm as almost as the body, but I need to make the arms longer, of course. So I think I need to add 1 or even 2 more figures on the arm before I can start with the ribbing. I've been trying it on, it fits perfectly. But I've been decreasing the arms already a lot, so I do think I should start using a bit less decreases. Now I'm decreasing every 8 rows, but I might need to change that now, like in every 10 rows or maybe even every 12 rows. I have to decide on that today, actually. So I finished the body yesterday evening. I did the bind off and the ribbing and the bind off, and I will try it on later today to see how I'm going with the decreases on the arm and how much more decreases I need to make there. So there's still a lot of left ends, of course. But I really like it, especially if you see it now from further away. If you're close to it, it's like, oh my God, all these wobbly and bubbly stitches. But if you look further, it looks actually quite nice. And of course, I know once it's finished and I will do a wet block, I'm sure the stitches will equal out. The yarn I'm using is 2 colors of Myak Baby Yak lace. So it's a yak yarn. These 2 are skein. So I'm holding double this light pink color. So old pink, I would say. I don't know the exact name. Should I check? I can check because I have the thing here. This is dusty pink, and it's 100% baby yak. You can see baby yak lace weight yarn. Oh, there it is. No, it's not focusing. Is it focusing now? No. Well, anyway, it's baby yak, 100% baby yak. So 50 gram balls, 350 meters on 1 ball. So I'm holding it double. And the same I'm doing with the darker color, which is also Myak. That's like my contrast color. Also the baby yak, I have to check for that color. No, this is not it. Oh, I don't know if I have the right name for the dark color. No, it's all dusty pink labels in here. So it's more of a burgundy red, I would say. You can see this is the color, my go-to color. Kind of fits my shawl, my cardigan. And this is like these colors are actually the colors I'm currently going to like a lot. Every time I'm buying yarn or I'm seeing patterns, I'm looking for something to combine with these pinks. I'm in my pink phase, let's say. I used to be very blue and gray, and I'm now turning more into pink. And I think that's nice that you see also your color preference change over the years, so that's fun. So this is the Festive Yoke where I'm working on now. Today is Tuesday. What date is it? 29th of November. No, 28th. 28th of November. And tomorrow, 29th of November, I have to then make a photo shoot with this. And let's see how far I get to maybe finishing this arm today. Ooh, I don't know. I have quite some things to do, bringing the kids everywhere. So I'm not sure if I manage that. But anyway, I'll try to make the arm as long as possible. At least the body is finished, which was a good big job. And I now have to force myself just to knit on the arms. One arm is then finished. The other one I still have to make all the way. Yes. So that's my festive yoke. So that's my main project at the moment. My hands are itching to start something new, but I also have still 3-4 whips, works in progresses laying around, which a few are really like also more wintry items. So I have not another cardigan that I started actually last winter, and I put it away in spring because I thought, oh, it's a winter project. And I was like, actually, I need to finish that, or I would love to finish that as well this winter. So I'm not sure if I have to pick up at least one of these whips, and maybe I allow myself to start one new project. My little girl said this morning she wanted a cardigan, a children's cardigan in pink. Oh no, in yellow, she said. She wanted it in yellow. And of course, if your kids ask for something knitted, it immediately comes high on the priority list. my own projects fall down of that list because it's just fun. I'm really lucky, I think, to have kids who love knitwear, and especially the young one. She's really into knitwear and looking at designs and looking at colors and going through my stash, and she really likes that. Sorry. So so I have to figure out what I do. I bought some new yarns recently to make another cardigan. I showed that last time, I think, a bunch of Letlopia that I bought. And so that's also on my list, but yeah, we'll see. I first focus on the festive yoke, make sure it's finished by Christmas. That's 4 more weeks. I should be able to do that. So that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, what else am I working on? I have to see, did I lose some stitches here? Yeah. Oops. This is one of the things I'm working on. It's a little square that I'm making. And this is the yarn I'm using. It's a nice color yarn. It's no, I don't have the. It's Mille Colori. Oh, I'll write down below what the exact name is. Mille Colori from Lang Yarns. It's a yarn that was donated to me. I have to explain a little bit. This is making squares for my Yarnbombing project. One of the things I do is that I organize community yarn bombs here in my community. So together with my friend and neighbor, we started in the first COVID winter, so in 2020, with organizing a yarn bomb to bring some color and color in people's lives and smiles on their face while wrapping outdoor objects in colorful yarn. And that was a huge success. And so since then, we're doing it twice a year, bigger project in the community to wrap something in colorful yarn. And we recently started our new project, meaning that we started knitting and crocheting little squares, like 15 by 15 centimeter. And with these squares, we will wrap a whole building in spring next year. So we're currently busy with organizing this. This takes up a lot of time from me as well. We have the website, we have the social media, we have press releases to write, we have newsletters to write, we have yarn to bring everywhere because people donate yarn to us, and we have then baskets at several points in the community which I fill up with this donated yarn, and then people can grab yarn there, and then they can knit or crochet for us these little squares. And we also organize meetups where we meet the people who are joining. And in previous projects, we had over 300 people joining. So it's quite a big group to manage. A lot of them are internationals, like myself here in Switzerland, but also a lot are Swiss people, so really local people. So for us, it's also a great way to really integrate and get to know the really local people, like older local ladies. And it's just lovely how they join our project, because they're all very good knitters. I think in Switzerland almost everybody can knit because they still learn it at school. My kids also learn it at school. And you can see this, especially the older generations, they've been knitting all their lives and they like it. But also a lot of them are like not really creative in coming up with new ideas of what to knit. So I think there's a lot of Swiss ladies that knit like socks, like 5 pair per month, and in the end don't know what to do with them anymore. So now that we say them, you can knit little squares. We call them shingles. They really like doing that, and especially because we give them then the yarn, and they really enjoy making these little squares. We need over 2,000 of these squares for the new project, so we need quite some people to join us. So if you are now watching and thinking, hey, I would love to join a project like that, I can make little squares of my leftover yarn. So please, you're very welcome to do so. And you can always contact me on knittingismyyoga@gmail.com if you want to have more details. But I'll also put down some more details about the project below in the show notes. The project is called Egeri Farbig, and Egeri is the name of our valley, and Farbig is the word colorful in German. So that's why we call it, the colorful community, let's say. I quickly take a sip because I'm feeling that my throat is a bit itchy. Yeah, so I finished one square and I'm working on the second one. And I know I can do this much faster if I would take yarn double, or if I take thicker yarn or crochet them. But I learned about this knitting diagonal squares, and I actually really like it, and I love how the colors show up. So this is my the thing that I have on the table all day, and every time I'm like sitting for 5 minutes or waiting for something, or waiting for my girls to finish their food or whatever, then I just knit a few rows. So it's perfect for on the go, or on the go indeed. If I'm driving around and waiting somewhere in the car, then this is just a perfect project to do so. So these are the finished objects. So 1 square, 1 pair of socks, and a body of a sweater. And then there was one more thing I wanted to show you, because I really liked that. This morning I had a friend over. She was on holidays in South Africa, and she brought me a present, and I was so surprised and so happy with that. So I'll show you what it is. She knits herself. Actually, I kind of got her into knitting again. She used to knit when she was younger, but she didn't do it. And because of our community project, she started knitting again. And then also later she joined my knitting group, and I was knitting the most beautiful pieces. I taught her how to knit English patterns. So a whole new world opened up for her, and she's knitting like the one. She knitted the Color Blast socks from Stephen West, and now she's totally into Stephen West. So she's making all his shawls, or not all his shawls, but a few shawls of him, and socks, and also other patterns. So it's really fun to see that you can motivate somebody to knit more and more and other things, and be motivated to learn new things. And so that's really fun to see. So she went to South Africa on holidays, and she came back with this. And this is, I haven't even looked up the website, but she brought it this morning, and I really loved it. It's hand-dyed yarn from Spin Knits. It says it's a lamb's wool, 100 grams, 220 meters. And I have to look it up, but I fully assume that this is South African wool. It doesn't say actually, but I assume. I will check that. and it's dyed with natural dyes. You can see that's always like these natural colors. And then together with the lamb's wool, she brought me, let's see, this is a mohair silk of how many? 25 grams. Mohair silk extra fine. And another one. I don't know, are they exactly the same color? Well, it's hand dyed, so it's never exactly the same, but I think this is considered to be the same color. And then a third one. And yeah, together they go very well. So it's the lamb's wool is the lighter one, and then we have 2 colors of silk mohair. Yeah. And she knows that my colors are more of the colder colors, pinks. So she said, okay, this is not your color, but I really loved the color. So, and I must say, maybe it is time for me also to try out some other colors. I have to see. Normally, yellow makes me look pale. But on the other hand, natural colors always, they say natural colors go for everybody. So, yeah, I have to figure out also what to make with this. I guess it will be a shawl or something, because it's not a quantity for a garment. But I can make a shawl out of this and then see how the colors fit me. And otherwise I have a really good present to give to somebody else. Of course, I love on the skein. I love these colors. I love the material, and it's super soft, and I'm really looking forward to make something with it. It's just that I'm not sure if then the end product will be for me or for somebody else. But that's fine too. I mean, it's always nice to give hand knits away. So I'm sure I will make something with it. Oh, there's the mohair in the mouth. Yeah, so really happy with my present from South Africa, spinnits.co.za, and Instagram spinnits. So let's see what I make with that, but probably will not be soon, as I just said, I have so many other projects in the queue. Well, let's see. Yeah, so that is about what I wanted to show for knitting related. I'm sitting now in front of a window looking outside, and it's like raining, gray, raining, I think all day, all night already. It gets colder. We had already snow last week and over the weekend. That's gone now, or almost gone, and now actually tomorrow it will be freezing again. So today the rain will turn into snow, and I might need to shovel snow later today as well. Yeah, for me, this is always the days that I'm saying, oh, perfect knitting weather. And I hope I find some time today to knit then as well after making this video and editing it. And yeah, so I put in some footage of autumn, wintry times in Switzerland. During the last couple of weeks, from between the last episode and this episode, I always make some footage in between of things that I see outside, or and so you will see some shots of things that I have been doing. And yes, for now, I thank you for watching, and wishing you a good knitting day, knitting week. And if you like this video, then please subscribe or put a thumbs up. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Knitting in Switzerland. Send me an email via knittinginswitzerland@gmail.com. And yes, I hope to see or hear from you. And see you next time. Bye-bye.